And we're live.
What we call a put-in. It's basically their advantage.
Yeah. So just keep it controlled.
Okay.
There you go. You can just look in there. And Gilly with the ball to Peterson. Peterson running it from his 22. Lumkong taking the ball up.
Running the ball, All-American from La Costa Canyon.
Gilly with the kick ahead. Winger is under pressure. Good take by the winger. 14's going. Well tackled by... Ball's loose now. Under pressure. Ronka with the tackle. Castro's in on the ball.
Cleaned up by Torrey Pines.
Cleaned up. Kick ahead. But the kick is directly into touch. Referee Lou says it's a knock-on by LCC in the tackle.
Okay,
it's going to be a scrum down to Torrey Pines.
Costa Canyon player. So now we will restart play with the scrum. Advantage Torrey Pines.
Front row for LCC. We've got Adam Warford at the loose head side. Aidan Ryan at hooker. And Reese Prefontaine is anchoring the scrum at tight head. Oh, and it's a tight head. LCC with the ball.
Won by La Costa Canyon.
Lumkong with the ball, but it goes loose. Regathers. And Gilly now with the ball. And that was Big Jack Metcalf with the drive ahead. Referee didn't like what he saw. Holding on. Penalty.
So what the referee is signaling is the player not releasing the ball. Unlike football, once tackled, the player must release the ball. If he doesn't release it, he could get a penalty.
And Goena with the kick for touch.
Case,
touch is good. And will be a line out to Torrey Pines on the 25-meter line.
The line throw. So now Torrey Pines ball as they've gathered about 15 yards on the play. Beautiful take. Torrey Pines driving. This is legal.
Torrey Pines with a good drive.
Players
ahead.
Loose.
Torrey Pines is 5 meters out now. Pick and drive for Black Richard Smith. Tackled.
A lot of tangled bodies, arms and legs. But
and the ball's out to the back line now. And moving the ball now. Goena for the line. Well tackled by...
Tackling by La Costa Canyon.
Hebinger on his own, but tackled by Peterson.
Another advance by Torrey Pines.
Again, holding on. Tap and go by Gilly. Gilly goes. LCC playing fast rugby tonight. Gwyn with a pick and drive.
As they try to get out of their own area.
And he runs directly into his own man, causing the turnover.
Indicated was that a La Costa Canyon player was in front of the ball carrier, creating an obstruction is what they call it. So now it's a penalty to Torrey Pines. Torrey has decided to take a kick at goal. This is the equivalent of taking a field goal. And if you're wondering why he's marching up 10 yards, it's because the goalposts are set behind the goal line. In a traditional rugby field, the goalpost would be right on the goal line. So the kicker is afforded an additional 10 yards.
And it's a good kick. And Torrey Pines goes into the lead, 3-0.
Good. You can always tell whether a kick is good or not by looking at the side judges. They will raise their flag if it's good. They will wave it down if not. Now La Costa Canyon has to kick off back to Torrey Pines.
Let's see if Nico, his kick in goes anywhere but Blake Richard Smith. No, decides to go. Okay, hits the winger. It's a good kick. Torrey Pines controls the ball again. In possession. LCC again. Inside ball. Slips 2 tackles. Finally he's tackled. Again,
Good hands off
it's the
Torrey.
middle man. Ruck's good. The ball's out. Nick Zimmer with a drive, a wing. Referee says forward pass.
So what happened, if you look at the referee, he's motioning forward. You cannot pass the ball forward. It has to be either backward or lateral. In this case, the referee saw a forward pass, immediately stopping play. It's a scrum. It's a way to restart the game, and it's an advantage to Lacoste.
And finally, LCC will get some territory, get some possession. And the ball's out. And it's referee's playing advantage to LCC. I think it was a knock-on by the Torrey Pines flanker
So
as he went to go.
what happened there, as the Torrey Pines player was trying to scoop the ball up, he dribbled it off his hands. Thus the ball going forward, another scrum down, Lacoste advantage.
So referee gets the game restarted. The strike is made. Ball's available. I don't know what that was for.
Penalty to Torrey Pines.
It's a short on penalty. Free.
Collapsing the scrum.
It was a free kick, so it's not a penalty. Anyway, Perron with the ball.
Run from Michael Perron.
Namkong with a tackle. And the ball's up.
I'm from TVTV. Can we take a look at your footage when the game's done?
Sure. There's a pro guy up there as well, on the top.
Thanks.
Right at the top.
Nice run by Matthew Goena.
Break loose with quick hands. Good offload.
By Jackson Bear.
Jackson Bear with the ball, captain. Torrey Pines with all the possession at the moment. Probably 80% of the possession. And he's stripped in the tackle. And that's the ref line judge says that he's out.
You see the flag raised up by the side judge.
Which man just took it for? Let's call.
Okay.
Looks like Quinn Hitchcock of Lacoste. Foot went out of bounds. It will be another throw-in advantage, Torrey Pines. Ball being thrown in by All-American Nick Zimmer.
The ball's taken. I think Lacoste's got the ball in the back.
Ball stolen by Lacoste Canyon.
And Gilly to Peterson.
Torrey Pines
Peterson
not
gives it
able
to Gwen. Gwen
convert.
drives it up. Still not over the advantage line. Referee didn't like it. I think he says not rolling away. Penalty. Gilly will kick for touch.
Referee calling a penalty against Torrey Pines. A little unclear, but looks like it's not coming through the middle of the ruck.
And the kick for touch is good.
Takes advantage, gains about 10 yards, and will be their throw-in.
And LCC line out. And ball's loose. Aidan Ryan takes it up. And Peterson with the ball now.
Ball from
Offload.
Justin Peterson.
And Ian Toll takes it up.
Nice running by Lacoste Canyon.
Gilly with the ball
From
now.
half by Nico
Not clean,
Gilly.
but Peterson gets away. Peterson going. Peterson still going. Peterson and the offload is there. And finally, LCC gets the ball. Peterson's down in the backfield. Game keeps going.
Torrey Pines offside. Penalty to Lacoste Canyon.
Peterson's down.
Torrey Pines offsides.
Gilly's going to kick for touch.
Choosing to gain territory.
And the kick is excellent. What an excellent kick for Nico Gilly, right to the 5-meter line.
A beautiful kick by Nico Gilly. Even though it was inside the 5, the referee has to come out to the 5-meter line.
And Peterson's back on the field. His nose is bleeding. And LCC line out.
They throw in.
And then Trace to goal with the ball. Sets the ruck. And sets the maul. And drives ahead. Yentar going. And Reese Fontaine. And he knocks it on.
Fontaine, big Reese.
And the ref says knock on.
Like the referee called it, the ball went forward.
And it's going to be a scrum down to Torrey Pines on the 5-meter line.
Down with the Torrey Pines advantage, but with their backs against the wall right there at the 5-meter line. Come on, man!
And Braketon Smith with a drive from the back. And the offload is made. And he gets to ground, sets the ruck. And Torrey Pines with the kick head. And it's a great clearing kick by the scrum half for Torrey Pines. That's wonderful relief. Excellent kick from the base of the scrum.
It's a line throw in for La Costa Canyon.
And
so what the referee called is the line thrower cannot fake it, no faking.
it's a good take.
Take advantage.
The referee says that LCC was offsides. Didn't stay back 10 on the line out.
Offsides, being a little aggressive on the defense. Torrey will like to gain territory.
And the kick for touch is very good. It's an excellent touch finder. And it is taken play all the way down to the LCC 30-yard line.
His flag in the air. Because it was a penalty to Torrey Pines, that means they also get to throw the ball in.
And it's knocked ahead. And the scrum off goes. Still going. Finally tackled.
Running by Bo Morgan.
And Blake Richard Smith with the drive from the base.
Blake Richard Smith, the All-American from Torrey.
And Bo Morgan's again with the fend, picking around the base. And it's turned over. And then Nicholas.
Over to La Costa Canyon. And now it's
not high tackle. Referee didn't like that. Blanquist gets up slowly, but he's up. And Gilly will kick for touch to relieve pressure.
Kick for territory and get out of here.
And Gilly with an excellent kick for touch, taking play to the LCC 42-meter line. So Aidan Ryan with the throw in. Let's see if we can get it right this time. And the throw in is wobbly. Referee's playing advantage to Torrey Pines.
Torrey Pines, ref lets the ball play in what he calls advantage.
Torrey Pines still with the ball, but it's bobbled right in front of the referee.
Oh.
And it's going to be a knock-on. Referee said advantage was over. It's going to be a scrum down
Ball went forward.
to LCC.
Scrum advantage, La Costa King.
LCC seeming to struggle with their lineouts tonight, being pressurized by Blake, Richard Smith.
What's going on, guys?
And players are now starting to settle into their rhythm. LCC still probably 40% of the territory and probably 35% of the possession at the moment.
Torrey Pines 3, La Costa Canyon 0. Ball comes squirting out.
Peterson on the ball. Peterson stepping.
Well scooped by La Costa Canyon.
And not releasing him in the tackle. Nick Gilly with a quick tap. And Adam Wofford with a drive ahead, gets over the advantage line, gets Gilly to his feet again. Gilly looking for Peterson, decides to go the other way, goes to Ian Tarr. Ian Tarr with the drive ahead. Ian Tarr with good control of the ball this time. Gilly on the ball.
Just chipping away.
And then Gilly to Lumkong. Lumkong hands to Curran Castro. Curran Castro managed to get the ball off. Referee says play on. Now the whistle goes and he calls for a knock-on against LCC. It's going to be a scrum down, 5 meter line to Torrey Pines.
The Canyon player would be a scrum down, Torrey Pines Falcons ball.
And with 15 minutes to go in the first half, Torrey Pines leads 3-0.
Torrey Pines settling in for the scrum. Ball must go down the tunnel.
And ball's out.
It's out.
And Gilly with a great tackle.
Nice play by Nico Gilly.
Oh, not sure what the referee's calling there.
Referee said he was offside, gave a penalty to Torrey Pines.
Oh, I think he's indicating for a high tackle.
Referee wants to have a word with captain. And with the Torrey Pines captain.
So I wonder if time's off. Is time off? Yeah, I just think it's discipline on both sides, you know, keeping it down. The referee Lou indicates a high tackle.
Referee having a word with both the players. Looks like they've sorted it out. We'll get back to the game.
And there's an aggressive kick for touch. It's very good, but it's fielded by Brendan Wilson. And Wilson's off to Gilly.
Not find touch or go out of bounds.
And Gilly with a really big drive ahead, but it's well fielded at center field. And Guena bounces off Will Ronca, still controls the ball. And the kick is across field. Wilson bobbles it, and it goes into touch. And it's going to be a line out.
Ball going sailing into out of bounds. Torrey Pines throwing.
And it goes to the back of the line, a tackle by Lundqvist. And Ryan is in on the ball. Ryan is in on the ball. Ryan has turned it over for LCC. Oh, but somehow Torrey Pines manages to hang on it.
Torrey Pines moving.
And now Stagal is in on the ball. but Torrey Pines does well. Pick and drive from the base by Richard Smith. Torrey controlling the possession well. The ball, inside ball to the big unit, but well tackled center field by Aidan Ryan. Excellent tackle, but referee's whistle goes, and he calls for not releasing. But he called for not releasing. He's going to give the penalty, and I would expect Torrey Pines to go for poles because they're allowed to advance it by 10 meters.
Says that LaCosta Canyon was not releasing the player. As the referee points to the goalpost, what that means is Torrey Pines will take a shot at a penalty kick, again getting the additional 10 meters. Ball right in front of the post for Jackson Bear.
And in front of the post for Jackson Bear. And he kicks it well. And the flags are up, 6-0 to Torrey Pines.
Jackson Bear and the Torrey Pines Falcons score 6, LaCosta Canyon 0.
Hey?
One of the last people suddenly come.
LaCosta to kick to Torrey
Yeah.
to restart.
And again, Gilly to kick it in. The kick is up, again to the left wing. He's under pressure and he knocks it on this time.
Tough.
Wilson
Not fielded well by Torrey Pines. The ball
And
came off
finally,
the body, off
territory
the
and
hand.
possession
So it's a
to
scrum
LCC
down, LaCosta Canyon
in
ball.
Torrey Pines territory. And the ball's out, and Gilly,
Back, it's live.
Lumkong with a show and go, and Lumkong's in the open now, and Lumkong's going to go, and it's offloaded, and it's a try to LCC. Great try. Show and go from Lumkong, drawed his man, off to Castro, and Castro with a score. Torrey Pines 6, LCC 5, with a kick to come.
So when a try is scored, it's 5 points. Where the ball gets put down in the end zone is where the kicker will then come and attempt his 2-point conversion kick. If you're wondering why he doesn't take it in front of the post, he has to go where the ball was grounded.
And Gilly with a difficult kick from the sideline. It's not the most difficult that Gilly's had. And Gilly strikes it well, and it's up, and it's over, and LCC is in the lead, 7-6. LCC, great kick, Nico Gilly.
LaCosta Canyon 7, Torrey Pines 6.
And ladies and gentlemen, focusing on Boydie. There's Boydie down there. Ladies and gentlemen, Justin Boyd is in the house. Okay, here we go. And the kick's in. It's a long driving kick. Well fielded by Curran Castro. Castro breaking. Castro sets the ruck. And Austin Gwynn with the drive ahead. Does well. And Gilly with a box kick from the base.
It'll be a contest for the ball.
And number 14 does very well for Torrey Pines. Carson Ward. And Torrey Pines with the ball again. And it's a kick straight into their men. And Gilly's tackled by Nick Zimmer. And Austin Gwynn and Patrick McElroy in the back with a drive. Oh.
Penalty to Torrey Pines.
And again, football players not realizing that you cannot run in behind your own player when you drive the ball up.
Of the ball carrier, creating a barrier. Penalty Torrey Pines.
Oh, and it's a poor kick for touch. And again, if the player had let the ball run through the back, it would have been a scrum where the player kicked the ball from. So
like a mini kickoff, but instead of at the 50, it's
young Hitchcock would have let that ball run through the dead ball line. It would have been a scrum down from where the boy kicked it. So now it's going to be a 22 drop in. Gilly with a kick, and it's a big kick, and it's found ground, and it's an awkward bounce.
A return kick by Carson Ward.
And Peterson now with the ball. Peterson with a kick ahead.
Returning the favor is Lacosta Canyon.
And it's good rugby at the moment. Counter kick is good. Referee says landed in touch and went out of bounds. That is an excellent kick by the right wing for Torrey Pines. It's going to be an LCC line out on the 20-yard line.
Go out there. It's another line throw in Lacosta Canyon ball.
And that was clever rugby by both teams. The kicking was good. Torrey Pines now is playing rugby in the LCC half. And Austin Gwynn with good hands.
Ball lost by Torrey.
Ooh. And that was also looking. And it's out to Peterson. And Peterson with a big kick.
Nice kick by Justin.
And it's a great clearing kick.
Relieving the pressure.
And it's going to be a Torrey Pines line out. And what is going on? Who are they going to sub on? And Ian Tarr is going to take a break. And Adam Ploskua comes on for LCC. And Blake Richard-Smith with a great line out.
Ball beautifully taken by Blake Richard-Smith.
And the ball's out.
By the big second row.
And it's held up by number 5. That's Austin Gwynn, but he gets to ground. And Blake Richard-Smith tackled by McElroy. They offload and it's lost in the tackle. Referee playing advantage. Oh, and it's a double knock on, so it's not going to be an advantage. It's going to be a scrum down to LCC.
Was by Torrey Pines, so now it's a scrum Lacosta Canyon ball.
And the ball's in. And Peterson now with the ball. And Peterson into a hole. Peterson going. Peterson now still going. And he's looking for. And they're offline. It's off. And cutting back in field. And Curran Castro to the ground. And Gilly with the ball. Gilly with the offload. And Gwynn bashing it up. And Gilly again with the ball. Peterson with a long pass. Off to Aidan Ryan. And Aidan Ryan's tackled centre field. But he knocks the ball on. Got to control the ball in the tackle. Going to be a turnover on the 20-yard line. Torrey Pines ball.
Great game, ladies and gentlemen. Lacosta Canyon 7, Torrey Pines 6 as we wind down in the first half.
Blake Richard-Smith again with the drive. And he gets well over the advantage line. And kicks back. Rowena was carried back. And Hitchcock does well. Hitchcock stepping. Hitchcock inside. Oh, but he...
Ball came forward, but it's an advantage to Torrey. Referee, the side judge with this flag up means the ball was out of bounds.
The first knock.
It'll be a scrum down, advantage Torrey Pines.
And the sophomore, Hitchcock, doing very well, but knocking the ball on in the contact. And Torrey Pines controls ball. Blake Richard-Smith again with it. And Peterson with a tackle. And Peterson with a great tackle. And referee's marching them up 10 meters for not giving the ball back. And with 2 minutes on the clock, Gilly's going to kick for touch.
Penalty to La Costa Canyon. That's for not releasing when tackled.
And Gilly with an excellent kick for touch.
By Nico Gilly, nice, beautiful kick, as he's been doing all evening. Because it's a penalty.
And Gavin Seislov is on. Hitchcock comes off. And so one sophomore for another. And the ball's over the top. And Caleb Wilson with the back. Torrey Pines with the ball now. Just a minute left on the clock. Referee not releasing. Gilly.
Referee asking, not releasing the ball. Penalty La Costa Canyon. Ball in the hand of Nico Gilly. They're going to elect to gain territory.
Gilly with a great kick again for touch. Taking play up to the 22. Basically going to be the last movement of the game.
Clock winding down. La Costa Canyon hurrying, trying to get the ball in. Very, very close to halftime.
And it's an excellent.
Nice kick, La Costa Canyon. Quick ball. It's a street fight out. Oh, nice play.
And Gilly with a kick ahead, but he's tripped. Oh, and it's going to be a scrum down. Center field.
Scrum down for La Costa Canyon. For those
This is a very good attacking scrum.
Referee has his own clock. Referee has his own clock. The clock on the scoreboard is just a general guideline.
And this is a big scrum. LCC would really like to score at this point in time. And Lundqvist, 8th man for LCC, a threat at the base of the scrum. And here we go, ball's in. Lundqvist gets it back, and the ball's out to Peterson. Peterson's attacking, and it's a long pass. But it's turned over.
Looks like it's Torrey's ball. They'll probably look just to get the ball out of bounds.
And referee says that's it for the half.